Tech, highfalutin, lazy, or foo-foo America gets, we will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. Hunting Quest. We take 1 hour of every week and talk about our favorite things in the world, hunting and fishing. You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun along the way. This is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin and Bennett Malin.
Hey, let's go. Third time's a charm.
Wow. Only 30 minutes late.
I mean, first time's a charm. Look at that. Right on time, 7:30 Eastern. We're good.
No.
There you go. Strap my face to a pig and roll me in the mud. Finally pulled his head out of his four-pointed contact.
Oh, my goodness. It is, it's going to be a spicy one tonight, my friends.
Oh,
So,
this is
I'll tell
going
you,
great.
I'm the crusty grunt over there, who needs no introduction at all, but he's got his pinky out because I'm a little bit under the weather and I'm drinking hot tea with lemon and ginseng and about 140 grain alcohol in it.
Lemon and
So
ginseng.
I get the pinky up for while because it's what day is it? What day is it?
Whiskey Wednesday.
Right.
Kind of like Taco Tuesday, but for badasses.
Best ever, right there. I'm not going to forget that one.
I think we need to
All
find some of those glasses with the bullets in them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Mrs. Awesome got that for me for Father's Day once.
I do think that's pretty slick, though.
That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty slick. Anyway, so Benny, you got to do your intro. I'll forgive you, or else I'll take.
I don't even know. Yeah, I think we go back to the old intro. My name's not in it anymore. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm lost tonight.
Well, right.
I'm trying. It's Wednesday.
Yep.
Mixing it up. It's Whiskey Wednesday. I like that.
Yep.
I don't like doing podcasts on Friday. I think we should stick with the Whiskey Wednesdays. But we got
Right.
Nina Rogers.
Friday.
So tonight we have Nina Rogers and her dad, John. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Right on.
Well, we're about a
Yeah.
half a bottle in because you keep screwing up the podcast.
See, I'm doing everyone a favor. You guys are welcome.
Yeah, a little bit of green room right here, you know.
Jesus.
And, all right, so what's everybody drinking? So we gotta do that. So we'll start with the crusty grunt, Mr. Rogers.
I started with Buffalo Trace, but these guys couldn't pull their hands out of their ass 15 seconds, so I finished that one.
Yeah,
No, Mon-
which is a good choice. Which
And I had a party. I actually built this bar just for this party last weekend, and there's a bunch of leftover this crap, so I'm drinking that too.
all right. Liquor before beer, never fear. Beer before liquor, never sicker. Isn't that how it goes?
Something like that.
So what I learned back in the old days is you fill the cooler with the good shit on the top and the
Yeah.
bad shit on the bottom.
Right.
By the time they get to the bad shit, they don't have Meisterbrow and Milwaukee's Best no more.
I think I did see some Milwaukee's Best the other day, though.
Well, not over here in the
Ugh.
great state of Tennessee. The
Oh,
worst beer
no,
we
no,
got
no.
is like Busch Light.
Oh, no. What are you drinking there? All right, so
Pickle beer. Oh my God.
all right. So hold on, I gotta ask: does it taste like you're drinking pickles? I don't know how I'd feel about that, but okay. All right.
I don't know. I don't like eating tofu or something like that.
Oh boy. I think about the only time that I ever drink like that I ever actually intentionally drink pickle juice is if I've got like the worst case of heartburn ever. I'll go drink some pickle juice. It fixes in half a second. So it's terrible, but half a second. But I'll give it a shot. I'm not going to dog anybody's flavor of beer. All right. And that,
I ain't drinking
True that.
100% agree.
Pull my man card for that crap.
All right, Benny, what are you drinking there, sir, Mr. Highfalutin?
I'm drinking the old E.H. Taylor.
How to rub it in.
Yep.
Oh my Lord.
But now everyone on Facebook is saying they can't hear Nina, so back to trying to figure it out.
The whole reason
that's
we're
not
here,
good.
guys.
It's
All
good
right,
times.
can you hear it, Benny?
Yeah, I can hear it fine. So
I can hear it.
it should be going through. I don't know why it wouldn't. Unless my computer's about to nosedive again, which is cool. Can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm a big fan of in-person podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with it.
And
I'm
play
good with that.
chorus. That's something we did back in the old days
Yeah.
before you guys got like panty waist.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I don't know. We can't be too far apart in age, though. You and I. We can't be that far apart in age.
No,
Well, I'm pretty sure I named Dirt, so we'll be all right.
so I have count them that many kids.
Right?
They range from 39 to 16, all with the same woman.
That's impressive.
Shit, he just turned 17. Damn.
Oh, that's all right. So, all right, someone ask, how long you been married?
28 years. So
That's impressive.
My first child was hers from another marriage, but his father died when he was little.
Sure.
And I've raised him since he was 8 years old. And he ain't my stepson. He's my son.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Careful on how we take that.
My first actual son happened to be a split tail.
Ooh. Shots fired. All right. So, fix it, Benny.
Hi.
Is she the technical guru?
Apparently not.
Apparently.
Oh boy. Anyway, so
I'll translate for her.
all right, so we'll talk around Nina, so that way she doesn't have a voice in this for right now.
Everyone
So
thinks
I can ask you any questions at all, and she can't. Nobody will know, and she can't interrupt. So, what was Nina like when she was a kid?
So Nina was very focused as a child.
All right.
She was a very motivated, had to have straight A's, got her ass in the air. She got A minus, that kind of person. And she was very good at sports except for soccer. She would be put in like the Hanson brothers from friggin' Slapshot. Like, get out that friggin' person, and they put in Nina for that. But then she became into lacrosse, which is a nice violent sport for her.
Sure.
And she was able to have a lot of fun in that one. Let's put it that way.
All
So
right.
when
All
Nina
right.
was little and we'd go to the park, she didn't want to do like the little kids and get pushed on us. She wanted me to do obstacle courses for her.
All
So we
right.
set up obstacle courses and had her running through the things. And I mean, she's been a fantastic shot since the BB gun, about 4 years old. At 6 years old, I bought her at 22, and she never missed. At 9 years old, up in New Jersey, you can't hunt till you're 10, and it's shotgun only. But we moved down here when she was 8.5, and at 9 years old, we got her out in the field because you can hunt here like as long as your dad can hold a rifle for you.
Yep.
And,
I know it well.
so she ended up hunting at, I guess, big game and small game at about 9 years old, and she was just on it. So I retired from the Army. I became police officer. I actually got hurt real bad as a police officer, and they retired me on a disability deal. And but when Nina was like newborn, my wife worked days, I worked nights, and my wife would go to work, and I'd have to get up with the baby, and I'd stick in them damn Disney videos, and we'd watch and all them, I don't know, Cinderella and all that crap. And she'd be good while they were singing that first song. And then she'd start crying, and I'd have to wake back up. And I had this little bouncy chair next to me, and I'd sit there, and she'd just start. So one day I said, well, shit, if I got to wake up, I could stay up. Now, remind you, I had about half hour sleep. If I got to stay up, I'm going to put in a hunting video. Back in the old days when we had them VHS tapes, right?
Absolutely.
So I stick in the VHS tape, and I don't remember what it was. Probably something silly like one of them Primos gigs or something like that. And I put it on, and she doesn't make a peep and is eyeballing this thing for the whole hour of the video. Now I get to sleep, right?
Of course.
So she wakes up. I rewind that some bitch, put it back on. She doesn't make a peep, right? So since she was basically born, she's been into hunting and fishing. I remember when she was about 4 years old, we went Christmas shopping for her mom, and we're standing in line, and up on the register there was a deer, and Nina goes, "Look, Daddy, it's a deer. Shoot it." So the lady was you're in New Jersey, mind you, all right? In Paramus Park Mall with all the yuppities, right? And she says, "Shoot it, Daddy." And the lady turns around and goes, "Honey, why would you want to shoot that deer?" She goes, "Because they're delicious."
Delicious. All right. So we got to ask Nina, is this 100% truthful, or is it way out the box? All right.
And
I like that.
If she didn't make the time, she had to do push-ups.
Pushing the floor. I get that.
Elevated push-ups. We don't mess around over here.
Right.
Yeah.
So here she is trying to shoot Santa's reindeer at the mall, and it kind of moves through the process of we've kind of had the opportunity to talk to her a little bit about her past, but it's really unique to hear it from her dad's perspective and as a fellow veteran. I shout out to Veterans Day's coming up. We forgot to do that at the beginning, but now that Benny's got everything kind of settled,
hey, let's give a moment of silence. It's the 8th of November, 173rd Airborne in Vietnam. All right, I'm good.
Yes, sir. So obviously Veterans Day is coming up, and you're a veteran. I'm a veteran. These two are still doing their thing, which is awesome. Got a mad respect. So, but folks, remember, Veterans Day is an important day. People work there. They contribute. It's a big deal. You might not get it off for work, but at least think about a veteran. If you don't know one, go find one. Say hello.
And let's make it clear. There's two different days.
Absolutely.
You have Memorial Day.
Yep.
And you have Veteran Day. Veterans Day is for us guys who are still sucking oxygen.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Memorial Day.
Yep.
Listen up, y'all. Memorial Day is for our brothers and sisters who paid the ultimate sacrifice. So
yes,
you
sir.
Can sit there playing your Xbox and bullshit.
And we can sit on this podcast and
on this
talk bad about Nina and nobody can hear it.
Fishing, whatever. All right.
Yes, sir.
So Veterans Day is for us who are still.
Yep. Happy to be here. Not getting shot at and in this, not waking up in the middle of the sand. I'm good with that.
Yeah. And,
to us and people like us.
And unless you heard the crack of a rifle round going past your ear, don't even talk shit.
Yes, sir. So, all right. So let's get back to what it's like to be Nina Rogers' dad. All right. Well, let's
Okay.
start with present day. It can't be that big of a pain in the ass. And here's why. I saw some of the animals that y'all have put down in the last month. It can't be that bad. so
So, so for me, normally, I got 5 children, and they all learned to hunt. Only 2 really took to it. Nina, my oldest real son, and Sean, my youngest guy. And but all my kids have taken deer, and I never was one to push it on them. But Nina has always been like one up in me. You know what I'm saying? So normally for me, hunting season is taking a kid, and then I am president of the Tennessee chapter of Veteran Sportsman Alliance. So I normally my season is taking either a veteran or a kid hunting.
all right.
I've killed so many friggin' deer back in my day, and
It's
they weren't great
let somebody else
big ass
enjoy it.
deer like this back here, but they were. I've killed plenty, and I really get a kick out of watching children and veterans get their first deer.
Yes,
That
sir.
that, that that's my thing.
There's nothing else better in the world. I'll agree with you
Nothing else.
100% there.
So what we try to do over at Veteran Sportsman Alliance is we try to get a guy off the couch and back into things he loved before or things he's never done before.
Sure.
So I'm going to plug me, Veteran Sportsman Alliance. Contact me at J Rogers, ROGERS, at Veteran Sportsman Alliance.org, ORG for you idiots who can't spell it. And talk to me about how you can help support our cause, because it is a wonderful thing.
I like that. I like that a lot.
But as far as Nina goes, when she was 9 years old, I took her. I retired. I got hurt. I started working at a Bass Pro Shop, trying to give that a gig. And one of the guys up there had a farm here in Tennessee, and he let me hunt it, and to take my kid. And Nina's first day out was the youth hunt in January, and it was freaking freezing and snowing like a sumbitch. And I brought me we had a ground blind set up between some trees, and I brought me a sleeping bag. And she's like knee high to a grasshopper. I mean, she's only 5'4" now, so she was like super midget back then, right?
Super midget. Now we see how
And
it goes.
so we're sitting in this thing, and I'm freezing my ass off. I'm shaking like a dog shitting peach pits, right?
Yes, sir.
And I say, Nina, how about you get in that sleeping bag? She goes, I'm not getting in that sleeping bag. I said, well, you can sit right here.
Oh my God, what is happening with my computer tonight, guys? I am so sorry. Trying to work through this, and my computer is not having it.
She sits there. She's, I'm not going to go. So I'm like, oh, dude, I got to get back to the truck and warm up. I've had enough of this. You know, when it's snowing that bad, nothing's moving. So she's like, okay. So I said, well, come on, I'm going to show you how to track deer. And we walked her around the field edges, and I showed her like the different deer prints and stuff like that. And we got back, and we had a nice snack at the truck, and we go back in there, and I'm like, you want to go home? She's like, no. Right. So the next day we go out, and we spent from like 0 dark 30 to it got dark. And just before it got dark, we didn't see a dang deer, right? Just before it got dark, this beautiful red fox comes crippling across the field. And she goes, can I shoot it? I said, yeah, it's easy. Go ahead. So it's about 75 yards. I was like, yeah, just hold dead center of its shoulder. Boom, she smokes it, right? And she's recovering from the recoil. She had a 243, right? But you're talking about like a half a midget, friggin' little kid, So she's recovering from the recoil. She goes, did I hit it? I said, you smoked it. And you could actually see the little smoke coming out of the hole, right? And going up. So we go over there, and she is just ate up with killing this fox, right? So a couple weeks later, we take pictures of it, and there's some kind of thing going over there at the Bass Pro Shops, and this lady named Brenda Valentine. You familiar with her? She used to be back in the day like the first lady of hunting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah.
Video type of thing. So she gets her to sign her Bass Pro Shop hat and her little thing, her little fox picture and stuff like that, and that's all she wanted to be, was like Brenda Valentine. That's all she talked about. Brenda Valentine is Brenda Valentine that. And so as she got older, she had opportunities that a lot of us don't have. Air Force was part of it. The academy gave her opportunities to not that she got to hunt the elk, but she got to go on trips with people. And the more she went and more she did, the more she got engulfed in this outdoor lifestyle. So, of course, she was raised in the outdoor lifestyle. We ate more outdoor game than you could shake a stick at. In fact, I don't remember how old she was. It was probably like 2002. No, yeah, 2002. It was her birthday, and I had to leave to go turkey hunting. Now, that turkey hunting's her favorite thing, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, we found that out.
All right.
That's how I met her.
I had to leave and go turkey hunting, and I shoot this 27-pound bruiser, right? And I had to get the damn thing mounted for it. Back in the day, it was $650.
Sure.
Yeah. And I had to get it mounted because it was her birthday bird. To this day, that big sumbitch over there is Nina's birthday bird.
That's pretty cool. That's a hell of a good story. She had mentioned a little bit about it, but it's kind of cool to hear it straight from the source.
Yep.
So obviously, well, extremely driven young woman, has succeeded. What I kind of wanted to kind of figure it out. What, obviously you're proud of her. I mean, no matter what, you're proud of your kids, even with the small successes or the failures in soccer, but whatever it is.
Failure. I saw it as the Hanson brothers on Slapshot.
So
look, I'm good with my hands, but I was not good with using my feet. Your feet are not meant to be tools.
Somebody in the face was a good thing.
Right. So now, fast forward to, kind of where we're at today with, you're proud of your kid. She's got success. She's, obviously, made it through the Air Force Academy. That's a hell of an accomplishment. You've got a good career in the military, and you've got this, the social media career that kind of took off. What's your thoughts on it as a dad? I've always wondered that, you see your kid doing well on social media, and I mean, she's earned it. It's, she's got the capability of going out and killing that monster buck behind you, or, smoking an antelope or whatever it is. What's your thoughts on that? How do you perceive that type of success?
So I'm the first person she calls when she's successful. So if I know she's going out 0 dark 30 here in the morning, it might be 6 o'clock or whatever, and I ain't getting up yet, and the phone friggin' rings. It's Nina, and she's shaking like a dog shitting peaches. Right?
Yep.
So Nina has always been very composed through the shot.
Sure.
Like when I was a little boy, and I'd be pulling back my bow on a deer, my leg be going so friggin' fast. that my shot be all over the place, right? But she's always been, since she was like knee high to a grasshopper, super composed through the shot. Takes the shot, and she falls apart.
Gotcha.
I fall apart after I know that the animal's out of sight or down.
So I got a question for you, Nina.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What is it that, I'm that person that I know what it takes to, it took me a long time to figure out what it takes for me to get composed to make a shot like that. And it's different for every person. what is it that you do? I mean, do you have a routine? What's your world when it comes to taking that shot? What's it like?
Oh man, I think I can credit that to my dad with taking me to the range so much and practicing, and always, I mean, we would set out apples at different yardages to get my maximum effective range, and he would always teach me about breathing and letting the trigger surprise you and everything. And if you're shaking like dog shit peach pits before you pull the trigger, it ain't gonna surprise you, I'll tell you that's for sure. It might surprise you, but you might slap the heck out of it.
Right. There you go.
So
there you go.
I think that's why I've always been that way. Now, I've the first time I ever went turkey hunting, and I haven't ever turkey hunted a day in my life with my daddy, but the first time I ever turkey hunted, I was aimed at a turkey and I was shaking so badly I couldn't even. I was like, what is happening? I'm at the bottom of a tree, eye level with this bird, and like my shotgun is just like wiggling like a big leaf, and I'm like, what is happening? The first 2 or 3 times that I ever aimed at turkeys, I started shaking. I was like, what the heck? I cannot do this. So to compose myself, I would always just tell myself to breathe and think through and pick a spot. Like my dad always said, aim small, miss small. Pick a spot. Pick a hair on their waddle.
Don't aim at the thing. Pick a spot.
Yeah, pick a little tuft of hair on the deer's shoulder that's a little messed up. Pick a little dark spot. Pick a spot. Focus in on that. Breathe.
So Nina talked about the apples, right? So with kids, I find reactive targets are the best thing.
Sure.
Right. We ain't trying to shoot a group at, in a little 1-inch circle.
Fun in that.
If they can hit an apple, they're good to go. Right.
Right.
So with Nina, when I bought her a 243 for her. She was 9 years old at Christmas, and we got right out and started shooting it. And what we did was we started at 25, 50, 75, 85, 95, 100, 125. And as long as she could hit that thing and explode it, we were good to go. As soon as she just nicked it, which would still have killed the deer, I said, that's your maximum effective range.
Right.
And I believe at that time it was 125 yards. Now you're talking a little kid,
right,
holding this thing and firing the gun.
Yeah.
And,
at 125 yards.
At 125
yards.
There's
grown-ass people that can't do that. So
this big around, like a little, you can get them things free if you go to the Food City or the Kroger and tell them, hey, I need some rotten fruit. They'll give them to you. And so we would set them up all over, stick them in the trees. And the other thing that did was, of course, she's shooting off. I had Stony Point shooting sticks at the time.
Sure.
She's shooting off the shooting sticks. However, they were all different angles. We had them set up in the woods. And I would range them, and I say, okay, this one's 100, this one's 45, this one's 125, and she could, at 125 yards, she could nick the apple, which would have killed the deer.
Right.
It didn't explode it. So I said, that's your maximum effective range.
I like that. That's a great way to do it.
And that's how we did it. And then them little sugar wafer Netco things, when they're little kids, we used to shoot them. They come in a roll like about that long with a bunch of different colors and stuff. And we would stick them out in the woods and shoot them with their BB guns when they were like 4 or 5 years old. And that started their basic rifle marksmanship when they were like knee high to a grasshopper. I mean, they would be launching them BBs and knocking them things down. And how old were you when you got your first 22, Nina? Like 6?
Yeah, I was 6 years old when I got my first 22.
Yeah. And I hate a tree rat.
They taste pretty good though.
Yeah, no, Nina would smoke tree rats for me. So I have this property. It's not big, but I got this deck, and the tree rats would come and eat my deck. And now, unfortunately, they put people sell their properties, and they put a subdivision on 200 acres behind me. And I got all these houses. I can't shoot them no more. But back in the day, Nina would slay them tree rats.
So you learned how to shoot, Nina, and you get this honestly from your dad with a lot of work, a lot of education, learning about the gun, learning about your weapon, what you can shoot, how you can shoot it, and that's led to some pretty cool things. And I'll kind of lead into this, but you're kind of there's something that's on TV that you happen to be a part of because of your ability to shoot these. I'm going to say that it all draws back to your ability to shoot tree rats. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm on season 4 of the Air Gunner Challenge, and what that is we take all these air guns from all these different companies. The whole thing's sponsored by Utah Air Guns, and there are different challenges that we have to go through. So I think the first 5 episodes, everybody's just shooting and placing in the competition, and then tonight's episode actually is the first elimination round.
Ooh.
So
Gotcha.
people start getting kicked off until there's 3
10:30 on the Outdoor Channel Eastern Time.
Yeah, absolutely. So every Wednesday it airs. But yeah,
Who won?
today's the first.
Who won?
I can't tell you that.
Oh.
I can't tell you that.
All
But
right.
it gets down.
I don't even know.
No, I didn't tell him. It gets down to 3 people at the end.
That's
And
cool.
then they all compete against, like, all your points get dismissed pretty much, and then they compete for the trophy. But you'll have to watch to find out how it goes.
Tell us about these air guns. So I've got a friend that all they do is air gun hunt. I mean, legitimately, like they shoot monster bucks with air guns.
Yeah. Okay. So throwback to February of this year, I've never shot an air gun a day in my life. I go to the Gundy Awards.
You had BB guns when you were a little kid.
Well, yes, BB guns, but these air guns. Yeah, I had my pump BB guns. Yes.
Nothing like these.
No. No, I'm sitting here thinking, like, oh, air guns? Are you kidding me? Like, that's like a little BB gun. Like, that's just whatever. I go to the Gundy Awards and I meet the host of the show. The Gundy Awards, for the people that don't know, it's an award ceremony. It's like a little mini Oscars or Emmys, whatever, for Second Amendment influencers. So you have different topics, like most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse, or best outdoorsman. Best outdoorsman, most influential female, most influential male, best gun reviewer, etc.
They don't have best whiskey drinker.
No, but I went there, and we usually have a range day where everybody goes and shoots all these different new weapons that have come out that nobody knows about. We get all this exclusive access to everything, and I met Rossi Morreale, the host of the Air Gunner Challenge, and he loved my personality so much. He's like, hey, do you want to be on this TV show? I was like, what? I've never shot an air gun, and here I am, like, I'm just over here shooting bricks. I'm like, I'm gonna look like an idiot. Like, I've never. I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, do you know how often I shoot? I shoot to sud in my rifle or my muzzleloader or pattern my shotgun, and then every time I pull the trigger after that is at an animal.
Right.
So
now, hold on, wait. Hold on. That's not even a fair statement, though. How many animals have you taken down this month? Well, last month. Let's go last month. Okay.
We'll start with besides. So I started like the beginning, the first weekend of September was just like 3 days of dove season. I limited out on doves the first 3 days.
Yeah, we saw the poppers. Yeah.
And I drove 7 hours from Lubbock, Texas so it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That Sunday after the dove hunt in the morning, I drive 7 hours and I haul my butt up to Farmington, New Mexico by Colorado. And I go to bed, wake up, I hunt 8 hours. I killed my first ever mule deer with a crossbow because of my shoulder injury. First ever mule deer. And then after that, I kill let's see, my first ever black bear. It was
and not just any black bear.
A monster bear. Like, he was huge.
Yeah.
It was a big boar.
Yeah.
Cinnamon face too. New Mexico's very known for their cinnamon faced bears. So where they're rare in other places, like Tennessee, you're seeing black color-faced bears. Here, you're seeing quite a few cinnamon-faced bears. So people want to shoot black bears here, which is crazy to me because that's all I see in Tennessee. So I've always told my daddy, I was like, Daddy, I want to shoot a cinnamon-faced bear so badly. And in Colorado, I saw one, and I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Like I saw one in person. I was like, they're gorgeous, because all I've seen are black bears. And these people over here are like, man, I want to shoot a black bear so bad. Like, not a cinnamon. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I kill this. Okay, but the thing is, I hunt all day Saturday. I don't see anything. I see a couple mule deer. It's windy. It's awful. Bears are fair weather animals. We don't see anything. We're glassing all day. You know how long you can look through a pair of binoculars before you're like, I'm going to bed.
Yep. Yep. Gets old fast.
It was very old. But we sat there. We were out there all day. It was awful. The next day, we get out there in the morning, and we have to go lower into the mountains because the fog and the cloud cover is so awful. We're like, crap, like, how are we even going to glass to get a bear? So, like, we're just like, gosh dang, we're so screwed. We can't even see the mountain to glass for a bear. We get lower so that we're under the cloud cover, and boom, we see a bear. At 8:40 in the morning.
A huge ass bear.
Okay, so we see this bear across the way, probably 700 yards away. And so we drive to the point where we would have to walk in. So it's a lot closer. We drove over that way, parked the truck, got on our foot, and we start walking. We spooked the damn bear because he was walking the opposite direction when we saw him. But apparently he was walking towards us when we got into the woods. Yep. So then I see this bear haul ass away from me, and we're like, what the heck? And so he's already spooked. He knows what we are. We start taking off on foot, just running to the edge of this canyon. There's like a whole rock face that goes straight down. And we're looking down, we're looking down one way and over my left shoulder, because there's a whole ravine that goes down and back up. We're like, okay, he's either going to run down into this bottom and stay in the bottom, or run down and up one way, or down and up the other way. So we're looking. Boom, I see him. I'm like, there he is. What's his range? And, you know, I see red. Like, there's a bear in front of me. I'm not going to not try to harvest it. So I'm not thinking, oh, this bear's completely straight down into the bottom of this canyon from hell.
Nobody pays attention to that. Nobody does.
Well, I paid attention to it on the back out. I'll tell you that.
Right.
But he ranges him. I sling one, and then I put another one in him, and he collapses. We wait a little bit, and we're looking at him to make sure he's down. I glassed my first elk shed right next to where I killed my dang bear. And my buddy finds the matching set and gifts it to me because it was my first elk shed. So that was cool. So
that's really cool.
It was amazing. I got like 2 elk sheds and a bear out of this little shindig. And because I had a shoulder injury, my buddies were great. My buddies were amazing. So they helped me pack out the bear, the heavyweight, and I got to carry out the elk shed. It was awesome.
All right,
but that even sucked because I was tiny. So we went straight down, straight up, straight down, and straight up twice. Awful. Then we killed pronghorn together. My dad and I killed pronghorns, and we doubled up.
Not just any pronghorn. Some freaking studs.
Oh my gosh.
Wicked hooks on those things.
My daddy's pronghorns are freaking insane. So we're gonna get them mounted together. We're gonna have 2 pedestal mounts, and they're gonna be like facing into each other, both of our pronghorns, and we'll have a picture of us in the middle. I'll let Dad have those at his house too for a minute. Then I go to Oklahoma.
And remember, I just can't shoot shit with a rifle all the time.
Oh yeah, Dad took his with a pistol.
Yeah, I saw that. A striker, right?
100 yards. Yeah, striker. Let me talk about that. It's a Savage striker, not STRIKER like they were designed. It's an STRYKER. And I dedicated that build to 2 of our Medal of Honor winners. PFC Stort Striker from World War II and Specialist Robert Striker from Vietnam.
That's cool.
Okay. And so we call it the STRYKER. And originally I developed the gun to allow like veterans, when we go on our cool little like veteran shoots on the weekends and stuff like that to let them strike steel at extended pistol range. It's very exciting to be able to hit an 8-inch gong at extended ranges. And we were able to do it. What were we shooting, like 516 yards at that place, Nina?
Yes. Yes. In New Mexico, it's a dang wild, wild west. So you freaking pick the top of a canyon and shoot down to the bottom at some rocks. And we ranged them at like 500. Dad was exploding rocks. Dad was exploding rocks at 500 with his dang pistol. And I was like, what in tarnation did I just witness?
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. And I ended up taking my pronghorn at 300 yards. Actually, when I first ranged him, he was at 253. But he was walking away and he was behind sagebrush. And then when he came out, he got covered up with those and he gave me just this one window of opportunity. And the cameraman ranged him at 300 yards exactly. And I popped him and that was it.
That was so cool. So we killed our
With a
pronghorns on the
handgun.
same day. The same day. So that morning.
You got yours first.
Yeah, so that morning we're just like driving around in Glass and we see all these pronghorn. I passed up all these smaller ones and then finally I see 2 shooters. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the one on the left, I guess. They're pretty similar. So I take my pronghorn and I find it and then I'm texting. I didn't even get to call my dad for this one. Yeah, I'm texting my dad because they're like, we're on some pronghorn. I'm like, well, dang, I can't even call him. So like I was like, what do I do now? Because Dad's obviously the first person that I always call, as he said earlier.
Sure.
For every animal that I harvest. And so like they're on a pronghorn. I'm like, oh heck yeah! Like I'll kill my pronghorn. My whole first thought was like, I'll shoot a pronghorn in the morning since I saw these 2. And I'll shoot mine, and then we'll get our pronghorn back, or we'll cape it out because their hair slips super fast. So you gotta get the hide off it really fast if you're gonna mount it. And then I'll go help my dad and I'll be there for my dad's kill. Well, I kill my pronghorn, I get to my pronghorn and all that stuff, and I go pull out my phone to see what's going on. They were on pronghorn too. I'm like, gosh dang, what is happening? My daddy and I killed their pronghorn within an hour of each other.
That's
so
pretty cool.
That's awesome.
A great story, right? So Nina draws a pronghorn tag. Like it's very hard to draw a pronghorn tag in New Mexico as a resident.
Oh, I know.
Right? So she says, hey, I got this guy. He wants me to come pronghorn hunting on his place. I know him, but I really don't know him. Can you come with me? So I was like, yeah, I'll come. I thought I was just tagging along. So my birthday is September 19th. And on my birthday, she pops on me. Oh, by the way, because she already bought my plane ticket. She's like, oh, by the way, you get the pronghorn hunt. I got you a landowner tag. So I'm like,
that's a hell of a daughter right there.
Yeah. So I'm like,
that's a hell of a daughter.
Nina. I said, I've been building this damn handgun for forever and a day, right? So I don't want to take away from donations. So if people donate specifically for that gun, I would do the thing. So I go, oh man, I really wish I'd known. I would have had the gun finished by now. She goes, oh, what do you need done with it? She goes, I go, well, it's in the raw. I had a aluminum chassis company named Accurate Rifle System donated to us. And I was like, yeah, I got to get it like painted or camouflaged or dipped or some stuff. She goes, well, would you consider Cerakote? I got a guy at NIC Industries who will do it for you. So I'm like, this is like Monday. I sent it to them. They got it back to me by Friday. I got to leave Monday, right? So I'm like, oh my God. So fortunately, I already did the barrel breaking and all that stuff. So now I just got to get out there, put the gun together and zero it. And I get this thing shooting with a carbon 6 rifle barrel at 16 inches. It's shooting sub-minute angle, like half inch at 200 yards. Right? This thing is fun. No, it's got a 4-ounce trigger, which is a little bit dangerous if you're not used to it.
Sure.
Right. But with a pistol, you need it to go off when you need it to go off because you got a lot of wobble area.
Sure.
Right. And you can't sit there like a rifle take up any slack and settle in, have it surprise. I needed to go off now, and it was perfect, man. And,
It went off.
It went off, and dude, I zeroed it, and then I set out the target at 200 yards. I put 4 shots in a half-inch group, and I rang 8-inch gongs all day long. And
That's the way to do it.
That's awesome.
It was wonderful. Then her and I get to New Mexico, and one of her friends out there, she got friends everywhere on the planet.
Of course.
One of her friends out there says, "Oh, I'll take you to this place. It's like a gorge, and you can shoot down." And there was no targets, but we were like picking out like football-sized rocks, and I'm exploding these rocks from like 200 and change to 516 was the furthest I shot, and I was like, "Oh man, this is perfect."
Sure.
So I was real happy with the build, real happy with the gun, real happy with everything. Vortex Rifle Scopes donated we had a Viper PS, had the Gen 2 with the 5x20 scope on it.
Sure.
And let me
Good
tell
scope.
you what. Yeah. So you're in a pistol, you think you got to have a pistol scope, not with that kind of gun.
Yeah, no.
The gun weighs 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't a traditional pistol, but let me tell you what, you sit there and try to shoot something without a friggin' butt stock at 500 yards.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And like, as a former Army sniper, 1,000 yards was like completely every shot was a human-sized target.
Sure.
So when I put this gun up at 500 yards, now the energy drops off about 550. I like 1,000 foot-pounds of energy.
Sure.
So for that size animal, so it about 550 it drops off. So I was right in my comfort zone shooting this thing.
Sure.
Now I normally hunt I hunt handgun a lot because rifles are just like, hey, I pointed at it, it's dead, So I try to get the little bit of extra. So I got a 308 Thompson Center that I normally hunt with.
Good gun.
I love it, but my furthest kill with is 114 yards. So I just doubled that easy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, she cracked open the Bush latex.
Oh, I do want to give a shout out to my mom for absolutely not murdering my dad, because while I did pay for his flight and his pronghorn tag, he still had to buy a license and then the taxidermy bill.
Still cost me a shit ton of money.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
It became expensive real fast.
Oh,
but
that's...
yeah, we did. Let's see, we did.
Then I get back from that hunt. I get invited to an elk hunt that I can't do because I just can't afford it.
Right. Right.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yeah, it's a landowner tag. I'll give it to you. Come on out and hunt with me. And I'm like, that's great, dude, but I can't afford the airfare. How about next year? So I got an elk hunt next year. So stay tuned.
That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go up there and try to film that one for him. But yeah,
That'd be
let's
slick.
see. We got the
That'd be
doves.
really
That's my. So I want to. My dream is you can't see all the animals on my wall, but my dream is that like fill my wall with. I need an elk, I need a moose, and I need a caribou.
All right.
I don't care if it's a Roosevelt or Rocky Mountain or Barron or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, I just need all 3 of those, and then I'm good. I could die.
Right.
But I also
look at that face.
I also have to see their heads.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's what I told you. I wanted to go to South Dakota to the Black Hills and go.
See, I thought I would do South Dakota and knock out the pronghorn and get that done, but
it didn't happen.
that didn't happen. So we did the
Well,
pronghorn.
Dad, you
What?
said what was it? Your dentist's office that had the pronghorn head when you
When
were
I was
little?
it was my pediatrician. So when I was 10 years old, I never saw a pronghorn before in my life. I grew up in New Jersey, right?
Sure.
So we hunted deer. My family was a big deer hunting family. We, that was it, But I go to I get a new pediatrician. We got to go to his office, and I'm sitting in the office. He's got 2 pronghorn facing each other on the wall. And I'm like, look at this. What the hell is that? So back in the day, we used to have this thing before you guys got like sissified. we had this thing called library days, right?
Right.
So we would go to the library, and my big thing was you had outdoor life, sports afield, field and stream, all them things, fur, feather, fin, all those things. So I would wait till the new issue came out, and one issue they had was pronghorn. And since I was 10 years old, that's been on my bucket list. It was
Yeah.
like an even with 21 years in the Army, I never was stationed to where I could hunt those things,
Sure.
you know? And so that was the big thing. And then forever, so I guess I've been working on this build, this pistol build for probably, I'm going to say since 2012. So I ended up getting the Savage Striker. I always wanted one. And a guy dropped it out of a tree stand. It landed on the butt, broke the stock, and him being the wizard that he is, he hot glues the mounting posts back into position. Gunshot, right? So I rebuild it. I redo the gun. I get it for a very, very, very good price, and I get the gun going. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, this is great. We'll be able to shoot like extended range, maybe 100 yards with a pistol. So these guys, when I take the veterans to the field, they'll have some fun.
Sure.
It's an additional thing. We do things like battleship. We got battleship targets from Birchwood Casey. We got 22 long rifles that we shoot it. You roll the dice. That's how many shots you get. Things like that. So I'm thinking, oh, this will be great. We can have targets set up there like clays, and if you shoot the right clay, you win a certain prize. Things like that, right? So I get the whole thing done, and I hate the trigger. It's a mid trigger thing. Got a long trigger bar like a bullpup, and
All
it was
right.
just like great trigger fall, but I had the damn creep like I could not get it out of, So I'm
Sure.
at the range one day, and the guy goes, "Hey, you ever think of putting a rear grip on that thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm trying not to like spend a lot of money. I'm trying to get this thing ready for the veterans and stuff. Because I got a Rifle Basic Sav True 2 trigger that I'll give you." So I put the thing on there. Dude, that thing's like 4.5 ounces. Okay. It is scary great.
Sure.
Right. And so I put that thing together, and we got the 4.5 ounce trigger on there. But now I'm sitting here going, holy shit. Now I need a whole damn stock. This was in like 2010. They discontinued them around 2000. So maybe 99, something like that. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do now? So I'm looking like all these. So I contact a bunch of stock manufacturers, and they want like $1,000 to build a decent stock for this. So I contact Accurate Rifle Systems in Ohio, and they send me a stock. It's a aluminum chassis. Dude, you couldn't ask for a better thing for your weapon.
That's
Let me
pretty
tell you
cool.
what. Yeah. So we ended up putting that in there. I contacted my buddies at Vortex. Vortex has been great. They are wonderful supporters of veterans causes. And if you're a veteran and you ain't buying your scopes through Vortex, you're retarded. Because I'm going to tell you what, Vortex always offers 40% discount off of MSRP, but certain times of the year, like right now, they offer 50% off.
Gotcha.
Okay. And dude, you get a high-end rifle scope for under $500. You're in it to win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now,
it's hard
I
to
got
beat.
some Vortex stuff because they support us. I bought some low-end stuff. Like I found out that I bought their rangefinder. The rangefinder was great. My dad bought their
Yeah, I've got two of the rangefinders.
Yeah.
I love them.
they're perfect. And my dad bought their, what was that you want me to donate to you when I die, Nina?
Your range finding
Oh,
binoculars.
my range finding binoculars.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So my dad bought them.
Yeah.
I got them, and they're spot on, right?
I would like you to give them to me while you're live so I can have you
No, you
in
ain't
them.
getting them.
There you go.
No, man. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I shit
just
the bed.
checking.
They're yours.
Okay. Just checking. But yeah, no, okay, so on the topic of all the animals, we did talk about the mule deer, the pronghorn, the bear. Then I went to Oklahoma and I killed a freaking stud whitetail.
I saw that.
So it was
I
pretty
saw that and
freaking
I'm like,
decent.
wow.
I faced my parents. They're both. I was like, "What are you doing?" But they're all dressed up for their Halloween party over there in Tennessee that they built that bar for. That was
Right?
not this past weekend, but last weekend. And I'm
Because we don't have
FaceTiming.
ass nothing. If I'm
There
gonna
you
have a
go.
party, I'll build me a bar.
I
Hell
thought it
yeah.
was crazy because I forgot they were having their party. So I FaceTime. I'm like shaking. So I FaceTime my dad first, like I always do. And he doesn't answer.
Uh-oh.
So then I FaceTime my mom and she picks up. I was like, Mom, I killed a buck. And she goes, oh my gosh, let me get your dad. And she goes and gets my dad. And I'm looking at my mom like, what is she wearing? Because my mom never, she doesn't, if she wears makeup, she wears really light makeup. My mom's face is all done up. And I was like, what is going on?
Oh,
She's
Lord.
awesome always.
What was that?
Because she's awesome.
Always.
There you go.
Yeah, so mom dressed up as Elena from Zorro. So I'm sitting here FaceTiming Elena from Zorro over here with dead deer. And then my freaking dad. What were you? You look like a little leprechaun.
I was the Beermeister.
Oh, there you go.
I had a German
Beermeister.
friggin' thing on with lederhosen and shit.
So, I'm over here freaking FaceTiming a German and Elena from Zorro about my deer, and I'm like, what is going on? Oh, I shot a deer, look.
This is awkward, but it's cool.
I got a bar.
Oh, yeah, at a bar I've never seen because they just built it for that party. I was like, what is that? And why did you move my deer?
So here it is that you got, that you've gotten to share a lot of really cool experiences with your dad. Dad, you've got to share some really cool experiences with your daughter. And it sounds like, obviously you all have an exceptional bond. It's unique to see it. And, as a dad myself, I really think it's unique, and I wish more people had that opportunity to kind of, even if it's not hunting, but be able to have that kind of bond that y'all have is truly impressive. It really, really is.
I do have a story about Chuck Liddell. I was talking to Chuck Liddell, Iceman, okay?
Oh, I know who Chuck is.
Okay, yeah. So if y'all don't know Chuck Liddell, Iceman, look him up.
The
But
baddest man in the UFC.
he's so bad. Okay, so we're sitting there talking, and I'm just speaking so highly of my dad. And I'm sorry, Chuck, but I was speaking so highly of my dad, and all of a sudden, this big man that could probably kill you with one pinky finger is crying. Like, I brought him to tears. I was like, "Are you okay?" He goes, I just really hope that my daughter talks about me the way you talk about your dad.
There you go.
He said it's a beautiful relationship. I was like, oh my God, I made Chuck Liddell cry.
And always remember and never forget, it only takes less than 2 pounds to pull the trigger.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, they so I do, I think, first and foremost, it's truly impressive, and you get to share a lot of different experiences. I gotta ask, you've gotten, obviously we heard about the turkey, Nina's, turkey, and and the inspirations she gets from you and all that. What's, if you had to pick one hunt, and I know it's tough, but if you had to pick one hunt and as your favorite, or one that, it doesn't even necessarily have to be your favorite, but most memorable, what would you think it would be? Where would you put that?
For me
Dad,
or
it's got to
her?
be Sean's. It's got to be Sean's hunt.
No, for me or you?
We'll go with a crusty grunt first. You go first.
Crusty grunt. Years and years ago, Nina's at the Air Force Academy. She gets hurt and has to come home for a semester off. She had a brain injury. And I take her out, and this is where it all starts. I take her out to the field, and we had a really nasty 3-point. He's always been a 3-point. He's like 7 years old.
Old Colbo.
All right. But
Yep.
he wants to fight every swinging dick on the farm.
Sure.
That hunt made me mad because you were working.
Yeah. I'm sitting in the stand and I'm working. And he pops out. I'm like, you got to kill him. She goes, but his antlers are broken off. I said, I don't care. He's like a nasty little bastard. You got to take him. He's hurting other deer. He's impregnating the does, and we're getting a lot of 3-points. I mean, we're talking like 7 years we've been watching this guy, right?
Sure.
So she shoots him. Now, I got a buddy. He used to own Bucknut Game Sense. So how it all started for Nina was we cut off the buck's nuts, and she hulls them up. And I sent him to Monty, and I said, hey, Monty, how about them buck nuts? The next thing I know, she's on the Bucknut Game Scent, at Tractor Supply and Rural King and all them friggin' places. She's the Bucknut Game Scent girl from holding up a set of buck nuts. And that's how it started for Nina.
There you go. That's a good story. Nina Bucknuts. I got you.
Yeah, so his thing's actually like antlers and like an acorn, okay? So it's not actual buck nuts. Like, you're not about
We had a big set of nuts on him.
To clarify. Okay, but this deer that I shot, like, we're watching and all of a sudden I see a doe running. She's looking back. I'm like, Dad, there's a doe. Dad's on his dang computer playing hooky. He doesn't work at that job anymore, so we can talk about this.
I got you. Don't ruin it for the other folks, though.
Well,
No, it's all right.
he's on a computer playing hooky, but he was getting work done. So he's got his little MiFi hotspot. We're in this little shooting house, and his dad and me, like, I'm sitting over here with my hot hands and his beanie that he had since he was a little kid that I'm wearing that I tactically acquired from him because I don't steal any of his clothes or anything at all.
That's stolen for it's the proper term
Nope.
is reappropriated.
Yep.
I say that's just
Absolutely.
borrowed.
We
I have-
reappropriated my beanie since I was like 12.
I still wear it. I wore it last weekend. And then this doe comes and I was like, Dad, there's a deer. And he was just like, she's looking back. There might be a buck chasing her or chasing behind her. So she goes off and we wait just a little bit. I go, Dad, there's another deer. And this deer stops right there in the middle of the lane. Well, Dad's boss messages him right as we see the damn
Exactly.
deer. And I'm looking with my binos. I was like, Dad, it's a 3-point. His boss messages him asking him about what he's doing or something. I don't know, but his boss messaged him something right at the moment that the deer showed up. And Dad's like, oh crap, my boss messaged me. I was like, Dad, there's a deer. I gotta take this deer. So anyway, I shoot the dang deer. And that deer just runs a little bit and drops. And
Now, make it known that this was a 3-pointer who's like 7 years old.
Sure.
And we
Sure.
know we've been hunting this property forever.
Sure.
And, I don't advocate for killing spikes and all that because
No, I get it.
next year become studs.
Sure.
Okay. But if they're spikes 3, 4, 5 years, you whack them.
Those are bad genes.
Oh yeah, no, we
I
called
got
him
this 3-point.
Scrappy.
And he had
You know it's
the
bad
most
when they get a name.
He had the most. He would like go up against a 10-pointer. We got him on camera, and he would go up against a 10-pointer, being like totally. He just had like the small man complex.
Sure.
He
Sure.
would just
I
go
get it.
nuts and push him off, and then he'd breed the doe, and then we get a bunch of 3-pointers running around the property. So
Right.
we had to whack him, and she whacked him.
Oh yeah, and then we were like, wait, what time did I kill that deer? Hey Dad, check when your boss messaged you. He did it at the most. We're sitting there in the dang stand all morning, and his boss decides, oh, when the deer comes in, I'm gonna message him.
Exactly.
Of course.
Ding, the friggin' thing goes, but ding. I'm like, some bitch ain't talked to me in like 6 months. And here it is. The day I'm out hunting with my daughter. he's
Yep.
on there.
Oh, I was so mad. And then I was so flustered that so I don't usually like to wear gloves, but I was so honestly, I'll cut the fingers out of all my gloves because I hate anything on my fingers or hands. But I was so cold that day that I had those gloves that had the fingers cut off, but it had the mitt that flips up over top of them. Well, I
Pro
go to
tip.
freaking
Just slice the gloves, pull them back over your finger, and you're good to go.
okay. You did teach me that after I cut
I
off all
did.
the tips of my gloves.
Or you get a Sitka, you get one of the Sitka collar gloves. That's where it's
Hold
at.
on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't dog on Sitka. Don't
I'm
do it.
not.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was about to light me up.
Stuff for our pronghorn hunt, but I'm gonna tell you once, right? I could have killed them dead in blue jeans and flannel shirts.
Oh, I used to get so mad at my daddy because he'd wear blue jeans hunting.
Let me tell you what:
Yeah.
if a deer could see me in blue jeans, he's already dead. I don't care if it's 100 yards, 1,000 yards. They ain't seeing my ass, and when I shoot them, they're already dead.
Right?
I used to know a guy that anytime he'd hunt a
put on blue jeans. I was like, Dad, where's your camo? What are you doing? Why are you wearing blue jeans?
You're
don't
gonna
wear-
ruin this hunt.
Oh yeah, I definitely got my ass in the air about it when I was.
One thing I got to say about Sitka gear, all right, is it's very comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Oh yeah.
camouflage patterns are camouflage patterns, and I'll kill you dead in a friggin' blue jeans and a green and black flannel shirt. In fact, back in my day, the most coveted thing was Woolrich, and it was black and red.
Okay.
Okay,
That makes sense.
yeah. So I mean, we killed them dead in black and red. I'll kill you dead in friggin'
yeah.
blue jeans and a flannel shirt.
But I have to say though, the technology that's gone into camouflage nowadays, that's pretty impressive because I can walk outside in a Sitka lightweight Fanatic jacket or something like that, and it'll be 12 degrees, and I'm like, all right, I need to push the sleeves up. I'm sweating, or whatever it is. I mean, they are built perfectly, and I
I
mentioned that.
agree.
My
that
first Sitka gear was back in, let me think, 2020. I go on a family duck hunt in Arkansas. So I got my wife, I got Nina, I got my youngest son, and we go, and it's my birthday time. So they decide they're going to buy me the latest and greatest, right? So they buy me some $500 damn Sitka jacket. I could have got a whole damn wardrobe at friggin' Walmart for friggin' $500. But let me tell you, that jacket is warm.
Oh yeah.
That jacket is comfortable.
My favorite
Yep.
thing about Sitka though is that they make stuff that fits women.
That's-
Yeah, I'm telling you what, I ain't no woman. That's for sure.
Right.
So-
Okay, I get that, Daddy. No, you were the furthest thing from a woman. As your first son, that's not a tranny. I have to disclose that in the day and age today. I'm not a tranny. But as my dad, who raised me as a only tomboy, we call
That's
myself
right. Otherwise,
his
you'd
first
be in a
son.
friggin' 55-gallon drum with all the mothers.
As somebody, my dad raised me to hunt and fish. That's what I love to do. But finding clothes that fits me and that keeps me warm at the same time without me having to walk around like a camouflage marshmallow that can barely move.
Yeah.
Quit your sniveling. When I was a little boy, there was only one camouflage maker on the planet, and it was Redhead before Johnny Morris ruined the friggin' camouflage program. Okay? It was a World War II camouflage pattern.
Right.
They didn't make kid shit. They made old man shit. My old man was an extra large dude. Okay? And next thing I know, I'm 10 years old hunting, bow hunting, and I'm walking around with shit like with rubber bands holding my pants up. Okay? And having all this. Dude, I look like shit tagged the rag bag when I was hunting when I was a little boy.
Dad, I wore your BDUs hunting. I wore your BDUs hunting once.
BDUs. Hey, let me tell you what about a BDU. All right. I killed more shit in the BDU than most people have in their whole entire life. I still kill shit in the BDU.
Hey, those things are built to last, though. I
Now,
don't care.
Yeah,
What
my
or-
BDU was that
Yeah.
woodland bullshit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Or we had OG 107s when I
Yep.
first joined. Okay. That's back just after the NOM. And it would blend in,
Right.
especially when you were sweating like a son of a bitch. You had the black stains going through it. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. The thing I thought was really cool though was that getting back to Sitka though, the collar's glove and well, let me kind of hit on one other thing. I never was like this huge fan of Sitka. Everybody had it. Well, the people who could afford it had it.
Yeah, it's aggressively expensive.
Yeah.
But you get high quality stuff.
You do.
Gross.
And so my wife, I take her out and I spent the money to make sure that she's comfortable in the blind. We're going duck hunting. And it was like,
It's important.
yeah. And it was like, I don't know, maybe we get out there and I think it was like 4 or 5 degrees was the high that day in Kansas.
Right.
And it's blowing probably 20, 25. And I'm sitting out in my camo and everybody else, all these other guys are sitting out in the duck blind. And my wife and my niece are the only 2 females in the blind at the time. And I look over at my wife and she's like, God, it's hot. I'm looking at her. I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? I'm sweating. I'm like, babe, it's 4 degrees out here. I'm freezing. And nobody, you're the guy in the stand, in the duck blind. You don't want to talk about how cold it is. It's just,
Right.
it's just, nobody's going to say how cold they are. And my wife's like, I'm sweating. But that was the beginning of the selling point. But number 2, she talked about it and she goes, this stuff fits so amazing. She goes, I'll never borrow your clothes ever again. She goes, I'm not doing that. You're going to buy me Sitka gear and we'll be happy.
You done messed up.
I did. But
Well,
if it
that's
gets
like
in
the,
woods or gets in a duck blind or we get to go hunting together, I'm good with that. But
My first encounter with Sitka gear, and I had people that wore Sitka gear, and I borrowed that stuff. My first encounter with the company itself was at NWTF
Yep.
in February this year, actually.
yep, mine too.
Really? Yeah. So
Yep.
I was over there, and Bo Brooks was over there. And if you don't know who Bo Brooks is, like, he is a calling some bitch. Like, this man,
Yep.
he can turkey call, he can elk bugle, he can duck call, if it's got a call, this man can do it, and he can do it well. And
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
teach you how to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually,
Filthy outdoors, by the way.
yeah, so I actually learned how to gobble on a diaphragm call due to watching Bo Brooks TikTok
Sure.
videos. Absolutely, 110%. And then I get to finally meet him in person. I'm like, this guy's a freaking calling sucker. Like,
Yeah,
this
But
guy's
no
cool.
call, Nina. No call.
No
You
call,
could-
Nina.
You could do all kinds of shit with a no call. You could do
Well,
coyote. You could do friggin' grunt calls. You could do friggin' turkey calls. You could do gobble
Elk bugles,
calls,
elk mews,
bugles. Shit.
crane calls.
Shit.
Crane
A
calls.
rabbit in distress. I can do that one.
Good God. That's crazy.
Hey, do we got any questions from anybody?
I haven't seen any questions yet. It's just been a lot of Nina making fun of words that you've
And
said.
we mentioned how you had no friends. Yeah, so that's how you're able to do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so Bo Brooks and I did a little call. Not a
Oh, I
call
know. I
off,
saw
but-
it. I was there.
Yeah.
I
Didn't
saw it.
need any friends. I had a 55-gallon drum waiting for assholes.
Right. And so we did our little call off, and we brought a lot of traffic to Sitka's booth. And Sitka was like, "Hey, like you want to try out the stuff?" I was like, "Actually, yeah, I'd try it out." So I tried all their turkey hunting gear. It was amazing. Their vest is one of the only vests that I won't like drop to run and gun, because their vest actually I could cinch it down low enough for it to fit me, and it can get big enough to fit an extra large person as well.
Mhm.
So.
And it's easy to
Every
adjust
time I
it too.
turkey hunted, I'd always throw my vest on the ground and I'd go belly crawl and do whatever, because my vest would always be hanging off my shoulders and stuff, because I'm a 5'4", 130, 135, I fluctuate pound girl that it just vest didn't really fit as well. And then when I put that Sika vest on, I was like, gosh dang, like it fits nice and snug. Like I feel like it's not even on me. It's
And
very
I gotta
comfortable.
say, as a dwarf from Lord of the Rings, no, I gotta say, their shit did not fit me like my regular clothes did. I got to go the size larger.
Right. Yeah.
But it was probably, and I've owned all kinds of hunting clothes and stuff, and my preference has always been Dickies double kneed jeans with a flannel shirt. Always been
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Until Nina started bitching at me.
There you go.
But I gotta say that the Sika gear, I had to go up a size. Like I wear a 36 waist, I had to go 38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the only thing I found with them is like in the shoulders. I got pretty broad shoulders.
I think that has a lot to do. It's probably made in Gookville. So, you know, them little black-eyed sons of whores are like made like shorter than us. So
You know what camo pattern? Besides, like I really like Bottomland, but like what old school camo pattern I really like that tree bark camo.
Oh yeah,
tree bark. We used to hunt tree bark back in like the 80s, dude. All right.
So they had tree bark. If you go back and you look, they had the old school tree bark with the poison ivy vine going up the side of it.
Yeah,
that was great. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I remember though one time. Here I am on bow hunting. I'm sitting in like my old ass red head shit from my dad when I was like 13, and I'm like 20 something at that point. And I got a buddy walking across the field of mossy oak, and that was the original. What did you say it was, Nina?
Bottomland.
Bottomland. It was the original mossy oak, so it was bottomland. And I like turned my head and I couldn't find some bitch out in the middle of the field. And I was like, that's some good damn camouflage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like Bottomland. Everything's better in Bottomland. I love anything I can get in Bottomland. Gorgeous.
Well, Mossy Oak did a phenomenal job at NWTF this year too, as their main sponsor. And the Mr. Turkey vest.
Mr. Fox.
Yeah,
Mr. Fox vest,
the old Fox vest,
that was
baby.
beautiful.
We may, Benny and I are working on something. We'll tell you a little bit more about it, but off the air. But I don't know if Benny told you or not, but
I don't think I have.
We may be doing a unnumbered Mr. Fox vest giveaway.
Ooh.
Hey, Benny, you're awful quiet over there.
No.
Hey, that's the first time you ever been quiet.
No.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
I'm not quiet. Dude,
You can't hear him. He's not talking. He's muted.
What? No, I'm not.
Bunch of slack jaw faggots around here.
Dude, I ain't even muted. What are you talking about? Did I change my
Benny can't talk.
You can't talk.
Yeah.
Pull that thing out of your throat.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Made sure that you made sure Nina could get heard, and now we can't hear Benny.
No,
we can't hear Benny at all.
No.
Can you hear me now?
Because he's been quiet the whole time. I don't think he said one word.
Dang,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Benny,
No.
Right?
Bam, bam, bam.
Can you hear me now?
Nah, they Benny
Wait, can you hear me now?
Fortunate enough to get a numbered Mr. Fox
No,
vest,
all right,
and so
whatever.
was I. And we got. I actually called him the day that they were going on sale because I'm, the fortunate or unfortunate part about being at NWTF with a media pass, you can get in early, but you can't go by. You can't stand in line to get a vest. That's not the way it works, right?
Correct.
So, and it was cool. It's a lot of
They made it fair.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, we got you, Benny.
Hey, Benny.
You're
What's
back,
up, old son?
right?
Wait. Oh God.
Last hour.
Oh, good God! How horrible did that? How painful was that?
Hello?
For those of y'all listening and not
Wait.
watching, I just pulled out my lip tattoo that says "Old Son."
Oh, son.
Old Son.
It does.
Can you hear
That's
me now?
impressive. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay,
Yes, we
cool.
can,
All
Benny.
right, cool. So I don't know why that changed, but whatever.
All right, Benny, we want your opinion on all the shit we've been talking about for the last hour while you were sitting there doing nothing.
Ah, jeez. Yeah. All right, run it back. Nina, what the hell happened on your trip where you fell underneath the tree? How did that happen?
Okay, so I'm vertically challenged. I don't really know this, but okay. So take one. I went down and up that mountain twice. Okay, and by mountain I mean complete canyon that's full of fallen rock, and you have to actually climb it. But there was this down tree and a bunch, like a whole rock, like wall of rocks. So the guys went over it because their legs can touch the ground and they can do that. And I tried it and I couldn't reach and I couldn't jump down because it was way too far for me. I felt like a chihuahua on a couch looking down.
I said the video you posted on Instagram where they were like, somebody commented was like, we want the original audio. And it's just you sitting there and you're like, I think I'm just going to take a nap here. I can't move. Guys, I'm stuck. All right, well, I'll be here. Okay, bye.
No, okay, so like
Original audio would probably be something like fuck.
okay, look. What had happened was
What
had
had
happened
was
the first time that I went down, I was fine because I didn't have my backpack on me. I just had my binos, and my binos are pretty thick. So I was just like, if I can go with my binos, I can go with my empty backpack because it's got no bear meat, nothing in it.
Nope.
I'll be fine. Okay.
But them damn elk sheds you had behind you.
Okay, wait, Dad. So we went down to get the bear first to make sure that it was down and all that. And I carried the oak sheds up first, I carried the oak sheds up the second trip. But so I went down, and I had nothing on me except for my binos, and I go under. There was a perfectly Nina-sized hole in between the wall and the down tree. So
A
it's just
Nina-sized hole. I like it.
it's perfect.
Do you know what video clip I'm talking about, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense that she just shoop.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like the guys went over it and they did it perfectly fine because they could go over it and then like land on their feet perfectly fine without hurting themselves. And I was like, that's really far. So I didn't do that. I was like, I'll just shoot through this little hole, and I did it fine the first time, even with my binos on. It was perfect. I slipped through there and I had room. Okay, I go back up the mountain and back down. And this time I have my backpack on me with nothing in it. So I'm like, oh, and I don't have my binos on because I don't need them anymore. I already harvested my animal. So I have this empty backpack, and I'm like, my backpack can like squeeze through here. It's a lot thinner than my binos, right? No. So I go to do the exact same damn thing, and my backpack gets caught. I'm sliding down and my backpack basically hangs me, and I have the straps over my back, the backpack over my head basically, and I'm just stuck between a rock and a log dangling with my feet just hanging there. And I'm just like, I tried wow, my dad got kicked off now. I tried really hard to get out of the situation first. I'm not gonna just sit there and whine. But I tried to lift myself up. My bad shoulder was not helping my case at all. There was nothing for me to put my feet on to push against and push my body up. I was just dangling. And so my buddy he had already started walking, kind of left me a little bit. I was like, Corey, come back. He comes back and he looks at me, he's like, what are you doing? I said, just hanging around. I said, I'm just hanging around. And he goes, do you need help? I was like, dude, I've been dangling here for a solid minute. I tried to get out. I can't do it. He starts laughing his ass off at me. Then this sucker, instead of dropping his stuff to come help me, pulls out his phone and starts filming me. Just
There you go. That's a good
dangling.
friend
Yep.
to do.
I'm like, bro. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I just want to take a nap right here.
It's kind of
Then he
like
put-
falling asleep at a party when you're in the airplane.
Yeah, you get messed
You're the
with.
first guy, and they draw some
Stuff on your face. Yeah. And so, yeah, he pulled out his phone, started filming, and it actually cut off when I started kicking around. I got so fed up, my whole body started flailing. I started kicking around, and I still couldn't come up loose, and I was just dangling. Then finally, he put his phone away, and he had to pull my backpack up and off of me, and then I had to go down for me to get out of that situation.
Oh, that's too funny. That's
Had
too
I
funny.
been alone, I would have had to be real creative to get out of that one.
Yep. That's impressive, though. That's impressive. Got to give you that. That's impressive.
Look, ain't nobody never called me clumsy.
Right? I tell my wife she's got like a size 9 women's shoe. She's all of 5'3 1/4, and that quarter matters, you know.
Yeah, I'm 5'4 1/4. I understand because that's what I said.
And you met her. I mean, you'd have think
Yes.
with a size 9, you got a good base. No. My wife is anything but grace. That is, oh Lord. So I see it. You know, she calls it short people problems. So
Oh, it is short people problems for sure.
yeah,
Just a little,
Vertically challenged bunch.
I say, just a little vertically challenged. You'll be all right.
right.
We've been talking shit for an hour.
Yeah.
How about you chime in for 15 seconds?
Oh Lord.
Oh,
You like you're freaking Vincent Price.
hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right. All right, so we'll move on to something else. What else do you have planned for this year throughout the end of the year? What other hunts you got left for the end of the year? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, yes, I do. I do have a javelina tag in February through March. Obviously, I'm gonna go turkey hunt again. Let's see. Definitely gonna go whitetail hunt some more. I killed one of my deer for Oklahoma, but I'll probably go up there and either film or hunt or whatever at the lodge. And I don't know, whatever I can get into, I'm gonna get into. So I have an upland hunt probably in December. I'll probably go to Texas to deer hunt. Duck hunting obviously in season, so I'm not gonna miss out on that. My buddy limited out this morning while I was at work. It was really fun.
It's a nice setup right there.
Yeah, great time. I was at work.
Yeah, I was at work. You
Yeah,
living it
and-
out.
He was just like, "Yep, limited out." I was like, "Nice. I'm really happy for you."
I'm at work. This
And then,
sucks.
Bennett, I'm glad my eyes are so screwed up because you look like Jesus sitting there behind the thing.
Huh? Do what?
Dude,
Oh Lord.
Do what?
What?
And then I think this
It's
summer.
a son of a bitching thing in like the last half hour.
That's just talking crap over here to Benny.
That's my
But
job.
That's his job.
I think this summer I'm actually gonna try. Oh, I have a helicopter hog hunt in either January or February. I went helicopter hog hunting this summer as well, and a couple of thermal hog hunts. I'll probably get into some of those. And then I think this summer might be the first time, depending on how much leave I have saved up, might be the first time I try out South Africa.
That's a hell of a trip.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
sweet.
I'm excited. I'm
Hell of a
excited
trip.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You got a good outfitter, I'm sure. So
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what makes it. That's essentially what makes or breaks you when you get over there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I killed my single season slam this past spring. I don't need to do that again. Like I'm a check it off, I'm good to go. Like I can
Sure.
go hunt whatever, wherever. Now it's time to knock out my 48. It's time to get my oscillated and my Gold's turkey. It's time to branch out to different things. It's time to put in
You heard
for
that,
elk
right, Benny?
again.
You heard that?
Yeah, see, I still need to get the single season though, and we need to get on planning that
Yeah.
because that'd make a pretty cool video.
Yeah.
Okay, like if you guys I could do a single season slam again if you guys want like a collar or something.
If you don't want her to stick her friggin' pinky up in the air, she could do this.
There you go. Bush latte with a pinky in the air. There you go.
Dude, we can do bush lattes.
You gotta shotgun them off the spurs, obviously.
There you go. Hey, that's it. That's it.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
So we've been here for a while. I think
could
it's
stay
about.
here about 12 more hours.
I know I could. And
both bottles.
that's done. He cleared out 2 of them.
Now I'm down to like a half inch.
Whew.
Oh, jeez.
It's gonna be a
What
rough
the
morning.
slack jaw faggots around here?
It's gonna be a rough morning.
Drinking this shit'll make you a sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Oh my God!
Meet the person that raised me and the reason that I am the way that I am.
There you
Oh
go.
my God!
That
One
is-
of my
It's your fault.
Look,
that I
make
am-
no, not at all.
no mistake. For my daughter, I will kill you so fast.
There you go.
I'll stick you in a 55. I actually have a perfect place picked out for you
Oof.
in Louisiana swamp.
Well,
No one ever gonna find your ass.
yeah, we got friends down there too.
I say we got friends down there. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we can help.
Louisiana aren't they the best people for like?
They're the best people.
They're the best people for anything. Anything you want to do or get done or have a good time.
Yeah, we have some of the best friends in Louisiana, and they took us. Like I said, they
I
took us gator
love
hunting.
Louisiana food.
Oh yeah, and
Mhm.
Backs
Unless it
West.
has dudes in it.
Oh,
I'm
But
more
yeah,
of a
they-
pull the teeth and feed them to the hogs kind of girl myself, but
oh, there you
swamp
go.
will work.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's kind of that's not even fair. That's not even. I feel bad. And well, yeah, I
I'm
don't
only
know.
getting married one time, and once
That's
I
it.
get married, if my husband disappears, I didn't get
Well,
anything.
Be in a
Yeah.
55-gallon blue drum.
There you go.
Louisiana Bayou.
I'm telling you, man.
Crawfish.
Telling you. Oh.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we
Don't
Anyway.
piss me off, some bitches.
Y'all heard it here first.
Let me tell you once, right? I'm a pretty fair man, but you're fixing to piss me off.
oh Lord. Oh, we don't need that. We don't need
Got
that.
yourself a piece of rain.
So here we are. You got eyes on going to Africa in the summer. You mentioned about fishing. What's your plans for fishing?
Fishing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's salmon
Trout.
snagging season right now in New Mexico. I might go try my hand at that. I've never done
They let
it.
you snag?
Yeah, you can snag in the San Juan River up
That's
there by
just
Colorado.
bullshit right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting into fly fishing. I actually got a woolly bugger tattooed on my hand.
Woolly bugger.
Yep. I'll try. I'll be bow fishing, of course. Just whatever I can get into. 'Cause I think fishing's a lot easier to just go and do than planning a hunting trip. So.
It is. Well, it depends. If you're targeting
You're
a
right.
specific species or something like that, if you and fly fishing, depending on where you're at, really kind of, makes a determination. If you got to make a trip out, there's good streams everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're making a trip out, sometimes it's a little bit harder to get that planned out. You want to make
A
sure. it's
little
set.
bit.
But
A little
you know,
bit, but I think there's a lot more moving parts to going on a hunting trip. If
I
you're going
100%.
3 hours,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're going 3 hours away to hunt versus 3 hours away to fish, I think it's a lot
Yes.
easier to just throw your fishing crap in the truck and go versus throw your hunting stuff and make sure that everything's in place to go hunting. But I mean, New
Hold on,
Mexico
let me
has.
give you the knife hand.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
All right. Fishing requires you to find a good place. Hunting requires you to be good at what you do.
That's you heard it here. Fishing requires you to find a good place. Hunting requires you to be good at what
Makes
you
sense,
do.
though. That makes sense. I'm good with
Crusty
that.
grunt, crusty grunt.
I don't give two shits if you know how to fish. I could check a frickin' woolly booger here in the Great Smoky Mountains and snatch me up a nice 14-inch trout. But pulling the trigger on a decent whitetail is a whole nother gig.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
no.
Not a lot of us have that opportunity.
Right.
Like I said, myself, I take kids and veterans out hunting most of the time. So when I go, I shoot a little shit bug. I'm good to go.
Sure.
Or a bunch of does, put them in my freezer.
Oh, I love doe hunting. You
I
yeah.
nibble on them
Middle
bastards for the rest
Tennessee.
of the year. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
You know, but nothing makes a day like when you take a veteran out for the first time since became disabled, or a child who's never shot a deer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they just get so giddy. It's yeah, I love. I don't even have to be the one to pull the
No.
trigger. If I could watch somebody successfully harvest an animal, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm
So-
excited. I'm so happy.
In 2000, we had a very bad problem with my dad. My dad was having dementia, and he was just a nightmare to deal with.
Delusional
He died.
paranoia.
He died the day before the youth hunt. My son, Sean, was able to harvest 5 deer that weekend. 2
Okay,
bucks
yes.
and 3
Unit
does.
L of Middle Tennessee, you can kill 3 does a season and $2 a season. And
Wow.
my baby brother came, and my dad and my baby brother and myself, we all got to sit there and hunt together. And honestly, like, I've had a lot of really great hunts and I've loved him, but this is probably my favorite one because, like, my baby brother I also helped raise, so I got him into hunting. My dad and I got this little boy into hunting, and so it was really great to see him come to fruition. This little boy goes online when he's probably 4 or 5 years old and researches a gun that he wants, a Henry Mini bolt action 22 long rifle, or lever, or what was it, Dad? A Henry Mini bolt 22 long.
It was a bolt action, but he
Yeah,
says to
bolt.
me, if I wanted a BB gun, because normally at that age I buy my kids BB guns,
Yeah.
because if I wanted a BB gun, I'll shoot one of theirs.
Right.
Yeah, he said that. Okay, and then we all get a Ruger Bearcat 22 pistol, and he's just like, he goes, this is for all the kids to share, and he goes, you guys can borrow it, but this gun is mine.
I know it's for all of us, but it's mine.
He said, I know Grandpa got this gun for all of us, but it's mine. And then he researches a bow that he wants, and so for his birthday, I buy him a little ugly stick fishing pole. I give him my old youth diamond, my diamond razor edge bow that I had because I don't need it anymore. So I let him take that, and this kid's just like, I took him outside to go shoot some squirrels when we were little. Like, this kid's ate up with hunting, and so we take him finally on a youth hunt. He kills $2. You can kill $1 a day and 3 does a day, and $2 a season. So $1 a day, $2 a season, 3 does a day in this Middle Tennessee park. And he
That's
kills
crazy.
$1 on Saturday, $1 on Sunday, and $3 during the weekend. And I got to watch all that happen. It was me, Dad, and him. I got to watch all of it unfold. He was so excited. He was using my buddy's 6.5 Creedmoor. He'd never shot one before, and he loved that Creedmoor. And so we started calling him Creed.
There you
And
go.
he just ate that up.
That's awesome.
Creed.
That
His
is
little
freaking
nickname.
awesome.
Call sign,
so-
Creed.
So for that Christmas, Nina and her buddy buys him a Browning A-Bolt 3 6.5 Creedmoor. I hook it up with one of our Vortex scopes, and dude, he ain't missed a shot yet.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's about.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Like, and while I have quite a few hunts that I absolutely just
We don't
loved and
even call him
enjoyed.
by his name. He's Creed.
Yeah, he's Creed. Since that day, he's Creed. He
That's
put
cool.
Put 5 deer away in one weekend. That was awesome. It was so great to watch that happen. Watch his awesome shots. Like one of his deer were like 300 and change yards away, right? The doe.
327 yards.
327.
The first deer he shot was 327.
Effective range.
And I got
Yeah.
It was with a Barrett. I don't remember the model, but a 6.5 Creedmoor. So the dude, so he had a little Mossberg Patriot rifle in my favorite round, 7mm weight.
Sure.
And
Good round.
so he gets a Mossberg Patriot rifle, 7mm weight, but the dude shot up from like 4 foot to like 6 foot in a year. So he outgrew the rifle. So our buddy says, "Hey, I got a rifle from Barrett in 6.5 Creedmoor he could shoot." So we go down the range. I got a 308. I got his gun. We shoot it, and he's like all over the place. He puts that 6.5 Creedmoor up from Barrett, dude. He's skinking friggin' the same hole every time.
Good Lord.
So we're like,
Good Lord.
all right, dude, this is what you're going to shoot. And so after that, Nina bought him a Browning A-Bolt 3. See, I'm not a fan of the trigger, but he shoots that the same way.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I also bought. I just want to say that my dad will never say this, but I'm his favorite kid. But I make sure every Father's Day, every birthday, he gets the perfect. Because I just know what my dad's gonna want. I know what he can use, and so I'll get him like the best gift. I got him a Benelli Super Black Eagle 3.
Hey! Oh shit! I dust with that motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I
I
also
learned to
told
shoot
my-
a little low though.
Yeah, I also told my dad, I was like, "Dad, you're my best investment because guess what? I just buy you what I want,
Well,
and then I'll
there you
get
go.
it back. I'll just get it back eventually."
You just
There
tactically
you go.
acquire it back.
Tactically acquire it.
Of course, I got to shit the bed first.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather you just keep everything I ever got you when you live until I die.
There you go.
If I could trade that, honestly, like if I watch a movie or anything and hear about somebody's father dying, I'd lose my
Hold
mind.
on. Nina, what's our favorite movie?
Our favorite movie? Which one? Jeremiah Johnson?
Oh!
That's pretty cool.
You ain't watch it? Get yourself up off your ass and do it.
Oh, of
It's
course.
so good, a classic. I
Oh,
love the
yeah.
part where he's like,
Get in that
"Can you
one,
skin
Pilgrim.
grit?"
I'll
Yeah,
bring in
skin
another.
that one, Pilgrim.
So I had a best friend. We were cops together, and he died.
Jimmy.
He would talk and laugh.
Just like
Like
Bear
that.
Claw. Just like Bear Claw from
Just like
Jeremiah Johnson. He had the exact
Jesus.
same laugh. He was
everything,
awesome.
everything. So well, me and Nina like remember Uncle Jimmy. We called him Uncle Jimmy, although he was not related. We called him Uncle Jimmy because he was my best partner in the police force. When we would bring him up. We'd say, "Hey, Uncle Jimmy," and we would laugh like that together.
Yes.
That's cool.
Little bear call. Yep.
That's cool as hell. All
That
right,
is a great movie.
So we got to kind of, I think we're getting the nod to kind of wrap up, but real quick. So we've got a couple of things we got to do. Obviously you've got a lot of places that you're going to be, right?
Yes. So ATA wants to partner up with me, so I might be at ATA like a day, maybe 2 days. And then I got SHOT Show, Dallas Safari Club, and NWTF. And I have to be at SHOT Show and Dallas Safari Club because I'm working with Watchtower Firearms. We are creating a 6.5 Creedmoor and a 308 bolt action rifle.
If you haven't seen them, dudes, I build guns. They are fantastic.
I have one of the guns. So I have one of the six. I have the 6.5 Creedmoor, and we're gonna have one that's kind of like a bronze. I wanted kind of like a western feel to it. I have my belt buckle that's got turkey tracks on it. It's got like copper. It's like a coppery bronze color, and then it's got turquoise on it. So it's gonna be bronze, and it's gonna have black stock and turquoise grips and stuff like that.
That sounds cool.
So
that sounds tight.
That'll be one build, and I'll show you off of this. But that'll be one build, and then we'll have another one that's a 6.
Oh, jeez. We just can't win tonight, guys. I don't know what in the hell is going on. There's everybody back.
You're the only one that got kicked off, by the way.
No, everybody got absolutely nuked from that one. I don't know what happened there.
All right.
All right, we're all back. We're good. Nothing ever happened.
No, we're good. Then we have a 308 bolt action rifle with a Sendero contour. Like everything on both of these guns, like I have picked out how they work, the trigger, everything. So the 6.5 Creedmoor was built with the intention to be like the perfect hog hunting gun. And then the bolt action rifle, both of them are super lightweight because I'm nugget sized, so I like to carry a little.
I gotta tell you, I started with a 308 in the M21 rifle system.
Sure.
Went to the M24 rifle system. You can kill anything you want.
Sure.
With a 308.
With 308.
With the right load.
Of course.
And the right range.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I have to be at those two shows. I've never been to Dallas Safari Club and I've never been to SHOT Show, but this will be my first year going because I will be going with Watchtower Firearms.
You'll love it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna drop the 6.5 Creedmoor pretty soon, and there's only gonna be 1,000.
It's a sexy rifle, y'all.
Oh, yeah. There's only gonna be 1,000 of these guns made, so.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah, it's a limited edition. 1,000 of each. 1,000 of a 6.5, 1,000 of a 308. So if anybody wants to get on that, though.
So you have a couple of friends. Just saying.
I do. I do. Yep. And then I always make a point to go to NWTF. Like, sorry if I end up dating anybody and they want to do something for Valentine's Day because it's always Valentine's Day weekend. We're gonna be in Nashville.
Right. There you go.
That's what's happening.
Yep. And you got to go to Santa
the nibbles are good in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I go every year. The nibbles are the best.
Cool. All right. So you got all of that stuff. Maybe we can convince you to come up for a day to see us at you and your dad come see us at Great American Outdoor Show. We'll have a good time up there. But we got to get together and we'll try to
shoot shit.
Yeah, we'll try to schedule something, and whether it's there, whether it's sooner or later, I cannot wait. It's going to be exciting. And Benny's.
What we need to do is all go on a hunt together and all kill some stuff, and then grab a podcast right after.
I say with the we'll talk about it off air more, but the turkey hunt plan that I have, I think we need to get Nina in on it. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I tried to get you to go out with out to Kansas, but no, you got other stuff going on. Go shoot ducks, but we got something else we'll talk about too. So,
all right, great.
All right, Benny. Last round for everybody, Krusty Grunt. I had a great time. I'm glad I got to
Let me
meet
just say
you.
one more thing.
Yeah, go for it, sir.
Freedom isn't free.
No, sir.
No, it ain't.
Support your local veterans.
Yes, sir.
If you want to do that, you could do it through JROGERS at Veterans Sportsman with an AMAN Alliance.com.
All right. Well, Benny will stick it in the.
I think we got it tagged in all the. I'll make sure to edit the Instagram posts and all that stuff to get that tagged in there too.
Because you know what? Some of these guys really, really, really need support.
No,
Oh, yeah.
one time Veteran Sportsman Alliance took this double leg amputee, and they took him. What was it? Sheep hunt, Daddy?
Yeah, we stuck him in a backpack, humped his ass up the mountain.
Yeah.
Good
what
Lord.
was former Navy?
He
Humped him up.
was a Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
who
former Navy
humped him.
SEAL.
Yeah.
Carried this double leg amputee up a mountain in a backpack, a little rucksack, and he got to harvest a sheep. So
That's
Veteran
crazy.
Sportsman
That's awesome.
Alliance, I highly believe in them. Dad highly believes in them because he found out about Veteran
Listen, dude,
Sportsman
I've
Alliance.
been there, done that, and if I didn't believe in them, I wouldn't be part of it.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So now my dad's the Tennessee chapter president of Veteran Sportsman Alliance because he believed in them so much that he wanted to be a part of it. So he leads the Tennessee chapter. So they accept donations. They do at least one hunt a year, and they give. And veterans have
when
said
we say
this.
we do at least 100 a year. We give everything to the gun, the optics package, the camouflage, everything to get that boy off the couch and back into the therapeutic thing of the outdoors.
Yes.
It's just something that, unless you've been there, you cannot feel it.
Absolutely, yeah. And we do. They provide everything. It's gun, rangefinder, binos. It's your ammo. It's a scope. It's whatever you need to harvest the animal that you were hunting. That's what they provide, and they do that through the donations. And
Yeah, some of these guys have been, they've been hunting before, but they're so challenged now that they need the support.
right.
We provide everything for them.
For sure.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yep.
And all right, Nina, last words.
Last words. I usually have something good to say. Okay, hang on.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I know you made me go first.
Right.
It's fine. Well, I always give my spiel about like save a kid, take him hunting because kids that play video games don't understand the consequences of pulling the trigger because they just shoot them up on the video games versus the kid that actually like goes hunting and takes a life and they see what happens. I always do that spiel. So if you haven't listened to the podcast before, save a kid, take a kid hunting, take them to the shooting range, teach them gun safety at a very young age, and they will understand what happens when you pull the trigger. That is very important. Also, I think another thing that's very important is putting God first. I've gotten closer to God in this past, and I've always been a follower of God. And I love going out into the woods and watching the world come to life and see God's beautiful creation and his animals and everything. And I love that. But this past year, I've gotten the closest to God that I have ever been. And he has just shined a beautiful light on me. It's like every time I go out hunting, I'm harvesting animals. Anytime I'm praying for myself, for other people, thanking him. And I'm not just asking for stuff when I'm praying. I'm thanking him for the stuff that he's already given me. I'm just so grateful. I'm so in it that he's just given and provided for me and just shined such a beautiful light on me this year. I don't know how anybody else that's listening to this feels about that, but I just think putting God first is so important. I really do. Because when I was like, oh, I'm a follower of God, yeah, I have had a good life. I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I've had struggles and stress and all that stuff. But this year that I've gotten the closest to God that I've ever gotten, and with that, I still don't go to church regularly. I'll listen to my daily prayer, and I'll go to the woods, and I will actually take the time in my day, and I will pray over my food, and I will pray over people that need help, and I will do things for others, that God has shone such a beautiful light on me. And so I think that's a very important message to believe in, is put God first, trust in him, because when you give him all your problems, I have a tattoo on my body that says, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I wholeheartedly believe that I am one of his strongest soldiers, because I've been through trials and tribulations and hardships, but I've always gotten through them. And this year that I've been the closest that I've ever been with God, he's just shined a beautiful, beautiful light on my soul, on my life, everything I've ever gone through. He's got me. He's had a little blanket that's caught me whenever I fall. So I wholeheartedly believe in that.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a saying when I walk out the door. It's what's sitting on our wall in our kitchen. It's on my grandma's wall in her kitchen, and it's Lord, help me to remember that today nothing's going to happen that you and I can't handle. And that's there's a lot to that. So right there with you. And I think big things can happen to people who do that, who do put God first. So kudos to you.
Absolutely. I prayed a minute and a half before my big whitetail buck showed up. I was thanking God. I was like, dear Lord, thank you for letting me be out here with people that I love to be around. Thank you for letting me be alive and be healthy enough to breathe and be able to hunt these beautiful creatures, to be able to see these. I've already seen a couple of deer, no bucks yet, not even no mature bucks, but not even a buck. And the first buck that walks in is a mature, beautiful buck, a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes after I prayed to God, thanking him so much. And I was with my friend in Oklahoma, and it's his property, and he was hoping so badly he could put me on a deer. And I was just like, look, if anything, like, let a deer show up for him.
Oh, yeah.
And a deer showed up, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, symmetrical 8-point mature buck. And he actually came in at 15 yards and walked just a little bit away. And I took it with a muzzleloader during muzzleloader season in Oklahoma. But gosh dang, this buck was in bow range, and I got to watch him, and it was just beautiful. So honestly, I can credit all of my harvest this season to being close with and thanking God for everything that he's given me.
For sure. For sure. All right, Benny. I think that covers us. We
I
good?
believe so. Yeah.
All right. My camera's flashing at me, telling me that we're about to die. I'm sitting here looking at the red light going, no, stay a little bit longer. Dean and John, thank y'all so much for coming on the podcast. It's always a pleasure to have y'all on, Nina, but it's exceptional to have two veterans and active duty military coming up on Veterans Day. We really appreciate you taking the time. I'd love to sit here and spend more time with you. And I'm sure I could talk another 12 hours with you. But thank y'all both so much. This has been one of my favorite podcasts. I was looking forward to it, and it didn't disappoint. So thank you very much. It's awesome.
Appreciate you.
I say, yeah, same here. Thanks guys for your time and, working with me through these technical difficulties on the first couple tries. We're gonna just chalk them up to first Wednesday night stream, so we're good.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not buying it. We'll be all right.
I'm not. But one day you'll figure it out.
Hey, we don't have the echo this time. We're getting better, all right?
Right.
We're learning as we go.
That's right. Yeah.
When Nina Indoors comes on.
Nina Indoors.
Thank you, right?
Oh, there you go.
Right on, y'all.
All right, Benny.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
All right. Y'all.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com and check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.